Yo, what's going on out there in the land of YouTube? How is everybody? What is going on? I actually came a little bit early because I wanted to talk a little bit about, before we got going here, I wanted to talk a little bit about ADHD. I watched the first 10 minutes of the show that I did yesterday when I was just talking to people. And I apologize. My ADHD was just so out of control, and I really didn't finish very many thoughts. It's You can see it. You can see how serious ADHD is. In my mind, you guys can see the exact same information on the wall that I can see, but I really had a hard time. I was struggling yesterday. So thank you for your support. Watching that video back from yesterday for me was so cringe because I can't take anything for my ADHD because I have high blood pressure. And so I apologize for yesterday's stream. Um, I hope you can see past it. What I'm doing now is I'm keeping notes right here by the side of my computer so that I can cover one topic at a time and then even go back to that topic if we didn't completely flush it out. So thank you for putting up with my ADHD yesterday. I appreciate it. It was really, really bad. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Did I see V Boyer? Did I see Rocco? Mr. Waldo Baldo? What's up, Playboy? What is up with the Playboy? What is up with the Playboy? What's going on? So I wanted to talk today about really bullying. I'm not sure what DLC Clips, what he titled this particular YouTube chat. I'm also going to show you guys. Um, I'm going to show you guys a video here in a second. I'm going to show you guys a video of a back and forth that I had with Tom DeBlasso, Tom DeBlas, and on the outset, from the outside looking in, when you look at Tom DeBlas, DeBlas, I don't want to say his name incorrectly. Tom's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Apparently, he trains people in jiu-jitsu. He's a legit super tough guy. And, Tom and I actually know some of the same people because I've been in this MMA circle for so long. Tom, I actually the same call and so, or brother or sister or uncle or lover, we all, put a one in the chat if you know a cop and you're friends with that cop, or you have a good acquaintance, and everybody hit the like button. Oh my goodness, everybody hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button yet, then it has not, we have not gone anywhere. There you go. Can you hear me now? 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 You should be able to, it should work now. It should work now. Okay, good. Good. Forgive me for the technical difficulties. Perfect. So, I should just go ahead and show this video so that you guys can see it, and then you guys can be the judge. So let me go back. And so I'll just start this whole thing over at 6 minutes or at 7 minutes flat. So do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat if you have a friend or a family member who is a cop. If you know someone who is a cop, if you're on a good acquaintanceship, a good level with a cop, where you know somebody and you guys are okay. Maybe he goes to your barbershop. Maybe you guys work out at the gym together. So I just want to know that, and I'm going to keep notes so that I don't go off the rails with my ADHD. Zero, 1. I don't have very many cop friends either. I used to know some cops. Now I know a lot of ex-cops. But let me share this video with you guys, and I'm going to kind of walk through it a little bit, and you guys will be able to. There it is. And so I kind of had a pretty serious back and forth with this guy. And what happens is he replies to my DM and he leaves me a voicemail telling me, without further ado.
I could post this to my profile and have literally thousands of people just tear you to shreds, but that'll just bring you attention. So could open up dialogue when I'm out here helping kids daily, helping kids weekly, getting kids free training. Because I support my black belt who arrested somebody who held up a woman at gunpoint in a robbery. That's bullying. Listen, bro, you're a joke, dude. Come on. You're looking for relevance that you have. No one knows your name. Help people. Go out there and help people, because what you're doing right now is not going to do it. All right? Good luck to you, pal.
So, if you guys know anything, that's all we do on this channel. But so what Tom does, and I'm going to come back to this video in 1 second. What Tom does is he finds bullied kids and bullied persons. And then what he'll do is he'll either sponsor training or pay for training or call over and make a connection and get that bullied person some jujitsu training so that the bullied person can be a functioning part of society. Because let me show you what happens. And this is, where does that idea that we need to include bullied and bullies and try to get them out of their cycle of hatred, that comes from school shooters. That's when it all started. So here's when you just put into Google search and you look at this and it says stopbullying.gov, gunman bought 2 rifles and hundreds of rounds. Uvalde shooter was mocked as a school shooter. Texas, he was bullied. School shooting in a crisis of bullying in America, a pattern of adverse childhood. School shootings and mental health in America, Uvalde shooter. And it just keeps going. Why do shootings occur? Bullying. Teachers describe Parkland shooter as being bullied, as a bully. He was the bully. So, relatives of school shooting suspects say he was bullied. So this is a very big deal when we allow bullying and we segregate the bully and don't try to fix that bully. Because if you go down the list, so this is what started this big push for these kinds of research, this kind of research into school shootings and why they happen and why people shoot each other. They go back and they find out the kid was bullied badly. So what Tom does, what he does is he finds people, and I'll show you a couple videos from his Instagram account. He finds people who have been bullied And okay, cool. Search Tom DeBlas. Okay, cool. So right here, what he does is he teaches kids who've been bullied how to fight. That's what he does. He takes the time and invests in the kids, and he teaches them how to defend themselves. Because whether you're the bully or being bullied, the simple fact of the matter is that if that continues to perpetuate, it creates a society that is broken. If you allow bullying, right, and this is pretty cool. His gi says bully proof on it, which I think is pretty cool. And Tom's he's a legit tough guy. You know, he's a black belt and actively training, probably putting hours in on the mat every day. Probably a super tough guy. Legitimately super tough. So all the respect in the world to you for that, Tom. But this brings me back to the question I asked you earlier. Do you know a cop? Are you friends with a cop? Do you have a cop brother or sister or mother or father or uncle or aunt? Do you have a cop who you identify with in a positive way, that you have empathy for, that you understand the cop's position? Because now I'll show you the rest of the video where Tom and I have a strong disagreement. So remember, we stop bullying because it turns the person who's being bullied into a much worse person later. That's the reason why the anti-bullying campaigns even began in America, because they equated school shooters with being bullied. So Tom now has jumped into that full force, and he's helping kids get stronger. He's sponsoring kids. He's sponsoring people who get bullied. And so he's doing some good work there. But Tom has a cop friend. Tom has a cop friend. So because he has a cop friend, Tom has a blind spot. He cannot see what is really happening. So let me show you something here. So now let's go back to the Tom video here. And let me show you what Tom's friend does that Tom endorses as being okay.
Put the man in handcuffs or something. You ain't got to lay him like that. Oh, there they go. They go to back up. Oh, they finna run them over. Oh, yeah, y'all ain't got to do it like that. Y'all ain't got to do it like that. Y'all ain't got to. He already subdued. Y'all already got him. Y'all already got him. Come on, man.
You can hear the commentary saying they already got him. They already got him. But yet the cops are just still look. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are driving their knees into the person on the ground. He's caught. Say he's a total piece of crap. This is going to make him a worse piece of crap later. So I wanted to show you guys something. Okay, this is called a full mount. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen if you've ever trained in any kind of jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts, but this is called a full mount. And if you take a look at this guy's legs, Tom is going to tell me how this guy was being overtly aggressive, and he had held up a liquor store and held a woman at gunpoint. But at this point right here, it looks like he has one arm alongside of his head and his legs, and so he's not pressing up. You press up with your hips to get off from here, or you would hook this leg with this leg to begin a guard series. And Tom could teach this a lot better than I could. He's way more advanced in jiu-jitsu than I am. So Tom knows that. Tom also knows that at this position right here, his black belt, his buddy, has complete and utter control of this guy in every single way. He's in full mount, hips in the belly button. It's done. This man is caught. With the free arm right here, his arm is trapped along the side of his head. And his buddy's head is holding his arm. But so essentially, he's going to press this arm between their heads. And if he steps over here, he could choke the guy unconscious really quickly. I mean, he's in a total superior position. If you've ever fought a day in your life, if you ever watch MMA and you don't train, this cop has total control of this man. He could kill him now if he wanted to. So I don't know what Tom's saying.
Put the man in handcuffs.
And you can hear the other guy saying, put the man in handcuffs. So I checked out the copper who was on top of the guy, and he has a private profile. And when you click on the different things, he's the owner of Paradox Training, dedicated to training law enforcers. And then he's sponsored by Segura Gear. So look at all the military equipment gear that the cops are sponsored by. I guarantee you the guy's ex-military. Enforcer lights. Oh, I don't know. So these are the companies that he's sponsored by. So now why did Tom leave me that voicemail? He left me the voicemail because I tagged him in my video and I said, Tom DeBlast, this isn't bullying because the pigs are doing it. And then I just said to him, I'm going to start up in a dialogue about you backing up this kind of behavior. That's what I'm going to do, because I've looked at your whole profile and you seem to have a blind spot. You seem to not see things the way I see them. And it's ironic because you put up all these kids who get bullied and people who get bullied, and nobody agrees with it. Nobody agrees with other people bullying. And you put up the cops doing horrible things, completely inhumane things, and you justify it. And you even give them a thumbs up. It's people like you is the reason why we are in the country. It's a real shame, because I don't have any, I don't look at what Tom is doing and look at the guy and go, oh man, he's doing horrible work in the world. He has a blind spot because it's his cop friend. Like some of you said, you have a cop friend, a cop buddy. Well, just because that's your cop friend and your cop buddy doesn't mean that he's not bullying people or a part of an entire bully organization. So I'll keep playing this video, because now Tom responds to me from that and he tells me to shut up. So, okay, cool. I'll shut up. And then I have auto response on my Instagram. So, and then he calls me a clown. He puts a clown face. So that's at 5:40 a.m. Right when he wakes up, he checks his DMs. I invited him here, but he's probably asleep. So, and then Tom sends me this video right here. Which, by the way, I've already watched the video. If you go to the video, I commented on the video before 5:40 a.m. So I already saw the video and commented on it.
What? I'm talking to you, motherfucker. I'm talking to you, bitch. Fucking hit me. Where my goddamn hits at? I didn't touch you. You know. Hit me square my goddamn head. Where my fucking hits at? I didn't touch you. You know. I've never met a man with a bigger vagina. Good. I'm about ready to get naked.
So if you can't read, there's a caption on the page, and it says COVGAPD is 10,000% trying to cover up. This kid is absolutely autistic. Look at their post on their Instagram. Go and comment. One of the kids' dads is a cop. So Tom's responding to me and saying, hey, I'm just not a blind cop sucker. I only am a cop sucker if it's my friend, if it's my black belt. Then I'm okay with them bullying people because it's my guy.
Bitch! I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. You are hurting me. I hear you. Then why the fuck you gonna hit me and walk off like a little bitch? I didn't fucking touch you. I didn't touch you. I haven't touched you. What? Didn't touch you. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. I'm talking to you, bitch.
So Tom continues in the caption, if you're not reading it at home and you just see it and you just are just listening to it, then he says, one of the kids' dads, a cop, go show them some love. What you're seeing is a useless POS bully. This happened in Covington, Georgia. I believe no arrests have been made. Effing shameful. This video is not as bad as the first one where they punched and stomped him. He's talking about the autistic kid. So all of these kids gathering around are shameful. I would be so disappointed if any of you were my kids or my children. To this clown with the cowboy hat, real tough guy, huh? Karma is an MRFer, young man, and you will meet her. Please find me the kid who was assaulted. I need to get in touch with him as soon as possible. Please DM me, Georgia, if you have info. So Tom is right along the lines of what he does, which he's an anti-bullying channel, and he teaches kids how to defend themselves because, as I showed you earlier, when you allow people to be bullied, it makes the person worse, even up to where they are the school shooter.
I haven't touched you. What?
So, of course, after that, I went over to COVGAPD in Covington, Georgia, and I said, Tom DeBlast says you guys are covering up for an assault from a kid. I don't have my glasses on, but I'll read exactly what I wrote to them. I said, Tom DeBlast says you guys are covering up an assault, battery, menacing, and more crimes depending on your state laws. Because I reached out because I don't agree with bullying. I was bullied. It's what made me have the ego I have today and the chip on my shoulder. So what's going on? I saw a video. They say it's a cop's son. And they have not replied. They've not replied. So, okay. So then back to Tom's back and forth with me. So now what Tom is doing here is he's showing me that he went to the Covington, Georgia Facebook page, and he said to them, regarding the incident in Georgia, all the kids partaking in the beating were over 18, and one of the kids there was the son of a cop. Anyone who has common sense can look at that video, then see that they posted and realize it's total BS. The kid was clearly on the spectrum. He was trying to get away. They followed him, beat him, berated him. You know how many slow dudes mouthed off to me, and I just laugh it off? What we saw was a bunch of terrible bullies. You know I support cops. There it is. There it is, Tom. Why? Tom? Cops are bullies. The biggest bullies in America are cops. What do you support? So Tom, you're telling them you know that you support cops, Tom, but this happens. The cops do what they do to the autistic kid to people all over this country. I have thousands of emails. I can't get back to all of them, Tom. But because he's your black belt, he can get a guy in full mount, have him in an anaconda choke really close, or it's not called, is it called anaconda when you get the arm along the head and then you walk your legs around? I can't remember. Tom, you're the jiu-jitsu instructor, dude. You know a lot more than I do. I wouldn't want to tangle with you, bro. You look like you're spending hours on the mat, and you're a black belt, dude. You're tough as nails. So I'm tough as nails too, Tom. And it's wrong for me to beat people up. And plus, I'm too old. I'll get hurt bad. It'll hurt my body for sure. So, and I don't want to fight anybody. But it's not the point. The point is that your cop buddy. So now, let me let the video continue to play because, you know, Tom will probably see the video because as creators, we all do. We're all so sensitive. We put ourselves out there in such a big way. And so I hope I'm doing this as respectfully as I can to Tom because he does do good work. He just has a blind spot when it comes to what his friends do, his cop buddy. Like I asked all of you when we started this, how many of you guys have a cop friend? So this will populate here for 1 second. Okay, so I read that, and then he sent me then he says, know your effing facts before you come at me. And then he said, this dude robbed a liquor store and was on video camera pointing a gun in a woman's face. Know your facts. Okay, let's say he was. Let's say that he was. So I say to him, instead of just lashing out at me, why don't you take a look at your real principles, morals, and ethics? And of course, I gave it a thumbs up when he said the dude robbed. But okay, so he's a bad guy. We're supposed to be the good guys. We're not supposed to endorse the level of inhumane treatment that people who call themselves law enforcers do when none of them are law enforcers. They're all peace officers. They all have a peace officers agreement. They all go through peace officer standards and training. None of them are called law enforcers at that time. Then they magically turn into a law enforcer when they leave peace officers training. And then when they go to court, it's assault on a peace officer who on the street would never call himself a peace officer. He's a law enforcer. So I said, instead of just lashing out at me, why don't you take a look at your real principles, morals, and ethics? And then I said, here it is. I said, I'll be covering what you do tonight on my live stream. And I hope I've given Tom a fair expose because people don't do that for me. I showed all the good things that you do, Tom. I just think you have a blind spot as long as it's your friend hurting somebody, as long as it's your copper friend. And as long as we justify it that this is a bad person, so he deserves to be bullied. He deserves to be treated with 5 guys putting their knees into him. He deserves that because he did something bad. That's going to make a great society, Tom. Are we going to throw the guy in a garbage disposal? The guy who put the gun in the woman's face. Do we take him and throw him down a garbage disposal or one of those giant wood chippers? Is that what happens to him? Or does he get out of there? He gets out. What do bullied kids do, Tom? You have a whole thing based on bullying, but your principles are a little bit misguided. Or you can't see the forest from the trees. You can't allow your friends to treat people inhumanely and disgusting and then condemn others. It's philosophical, Mr. DeBlas. So then I said to him, I'll be covering what you do tonight on my stream tonight. I'll be exposing have a blind eye to police abuse who are already caught. And remember, the guy on the camera screaming, he's already caught. I'll send you a link to the StreamYard. You have a right to defend your honor. I was texting, so I made a mistake there. Because we do have thousands of subscribers. I'm not interested in an internet war. I'm interested in a dialogue. And I hope that I've presented this fairly. Because I think Tom and I know some of the same people. And then, of course, I send him the StreamYard link. And then I send him a message saying, hey, it's at 7 p.m. tonight. If you want to come, cool. YouTube has a horrific shadow ban on my channel right now. It's not going out to anybody. I understand that. It's okay. And why is that? The same reason ASD Doc's channel was demonetized and he had to start Don Andre Investigates. Because when you put your fingers in the eyes of the powers that be, they use their connections to put filters on your account. We saw on Twitter that they have filters they put over people's accounts. On Facebook, you often go to Facebook jail and they put a filter over you. If you think they don't have filters that they put over you on YouTube, maybe you should rethink that. I think that they do. I mean, there's, typically there's, anyway. So I said, I just sent him a nice message and I'm trying to keep it above board because I can't stand the way the internet trolls treat me. You know what I mean? They just they made up fake dossiers. Oh, and so, I'm gonna keep this channel about what this channel is about, which is about changing the system. So what I'm writing to Tom here is that you support your black belt who wrote, I'm going to show the blind spot. Yeah, I'm explaining to Tom, your cop friend, your black belt. Tom called the guy who was in full mount on the other guy his black belt. Maybe Tom trained him to be a black belt. Maybe he's a black belt under Tom Blas. I don't know how to say his name, but so yeah, there. So there it is. There's the entire internet beef, and it's not. See, I do like what Tom wrote here, but he started off pretty cool, but But in the messages back and forth, first he tells me to shut up, then he calls me a clown, and then he sends me this voice memo.
I could post this to my profile and have literally thousands of people just tear you to shreds, but that'll just bring you attention. So could open up dialogue.
Okay.
I'm out here helping kids daily.
You're helping kids from the bullies that make them into school shooters.
Getting kids weekly, getting kids free training, because I support my black belt.
Tom, we all have a black belt friend. We all have a friend who's a cop. We all have a friend who's this. We all have a friend. We all have. I had cop friends for years. I think I still have a cop friend in Louisiana. We just haven't talked in a really long time, but we all have a cop friend. But Tom, this man is in full mount. It's over. The guy who's filming it is saying, "Okay, you got him. Put him in cuffs. It's over." His knees are both bent. There's no upward pressure. There's no entangling of the legs. You know how to fight, bro. I know how to fight. The man on the bottom has surrendered. He's cooked. And your black belt Tom, it's done. It's over.
Who arrested somebody who held up a woman at gunpoint.
Happiest of birthdays to my black belt and friend. So Tom has ownership of this human being in some way because he trained him to be a black belt. So Ruben is a heavy hitter. That's what we want. We want peace officers in America to be heavy hitters. That's what we want. Great society we have right now, Tom. Ruben is a heavy hitter who works out of Miami. He takes his jobs and training extremely seriously. If the world is coming to an end, you want him on your side. This suspect was extremely aggressive and confrontational. Ruben was able to subdue him in a full mount without throwing one strike. Yeah, we agree. He got him. He got him, bro. It's over. Fight's over. Ruben got him, bro. So then of course I called him a cop sucker.
That's bullying.
And
listen, bro, you're a joke, dude.
Oh,
come on. You're looking for relevance that you have. No one knows your name.
A couple people know my name, Tom. I'm just a small fish swimming upstream, but I'm getting stronger and bigger. And YouTube has got a shadow ban on me, but I'll find another platform and I'll start going on that one. I'll keep going, Tom, because I'll get to where we got to be. One of us has to get to executive power to change the pigs from being able to go full mount. Why are pigs going full mount on people? Why don't we have a net we can catch that guy with? Why aren't we using things that could make the world humane?
Help people. Go out there and help people, because what you're doing right now is not going to do it. All right? Good luck to you, pal.
And here's where
put the man in handcuffs or something. You ain't got to lay him like that.
Put the man in handcuffs.
Oh, there they go. They got a back up. Oh, they finna run him over. Oh, yeah, y'all ain't gotta do it like that. Y'all ain't gotta do it like that. Y'all ain't gotta. He already subdued. Y'all already got him.
You already got him.
Y'all already got him.
He's caught. Okay, look at what they're doing. Like, your friend had him all by himself. Now you got 3 blind mice on top of the guy, and they're all shaking their feet. Tom, you know as well as I do, throwing people on the ground and putting 5 people on top of them is not the proper way to subdue another man. Look, how many guys are on top of them, sticking this guy's leaning his body weight on the other guys. That's crazy. Look. I don't know how we think that you're going to have a better society when you treat people like that. You know, I don't understand how you think that you're going to create a society that person's not going to go the way he's being treated. He'll be worse. He'll be a worse person. If he did an armed robbery this time, he'll kill somebody next time. Look how they're treating him. My God. And when they first come in hot, watch this when they first come in hot.
He already subdued.
So the guy screams he's already subdued. Now watch this. So you have 3 cops all putting their weight on him. Now this guy's going to come around. Okay. With these Keystone cops. Look at this guy here. He's got, what kind of position is he in? Why is he like that? What's he doing like that? How'd you get there, bro? How'd you get there? What's he doing? Oh, this was his buddy who's he rolled off because they came running in, so he rolled off. So he's just getting to his feet. That's his buddy Ruben. Okay. Now watch right here. See these guys? Watch their arms. Watch their arms. Watch how they try to subdue somebody. Watch. Okay. 2 on 1. 2 hands go on 1 wrist. You got 3, 4 guys there. 2 hands go on 1 wrist. Preferably, you go under the armpit and over the top, and 2 hands go on 1 wrist. Then because you went under the armpit, you roll it under. 2 hands on 1 wrist. They said he had a gun. 2 hands on 1 wrist. Coppers. Your buddy Tom's a cop supporter. He doesn't teach you guys. 2 guys on him. Both you guys go under 1 arm. Both grab 1 wrist. You got him. You can't grab anything. You got him. Dunce caps. Absolute dunce caps. Look, they're still trying to subdue him because their policy is to push your face into the ground, to put their weight on top of you, to crush you, not to subdue you, not to actually grab your limbs. 2 hands on 1 wrist, under the armpit, wrist roll. Other hand goes over because I don't have to worry about the other hand because the other copper grabs the other hand with 2 hands on 1 wrist. More training, more training. Look at the training. Take a look at the training in the background here. Look at the training. Sticking their knees into the guy. Now, these guys just want to block out the cameras. There's his buddy Ruben. He takes his training very seriously. He had the guy all hemmed up. He had him all hemmed up, bro. Nice training. Full mount. Guy had given up. Look, I put this last frame in here to show you. Full mount. The guy has given up. He's not pressing his hips up into the air. Okay? His hand's above his head. The other hand, I think, is locked down. He's not even pressing with his feet. Nothing. He's done, dude. This dude's done.
Put the man in handcuffs.
So then we go through Ruben a little bit. Ruben's a great big law enforcer. And then I tell this guy I'm going to do a video about him and talk about him supporting pigs, jumping on top of a dude who's, they'd already said that, I'm going to open up a dialogue about Backlund's kind of behavior because I've looked at your whole profile and you seem to have a blind spot. You seem to not be seeing things the way I see them. It's ironic because you put up all these kids who get bullied and nobody agrees with that. And then you put up cops doing inhumane things and give them a thumbs up. It's people like you. And then he tells me to shut up. And I got an auto response on. Then he calls me a clown. I wonder what time the response was. I didn't see it. Maybe you don't see the crooked police department. So, we should take a look at that. That Covington. So anyway, so for Tom or people like Tom who have a cop friend or a cop brother who it's okay if they do it because, well, this guy was bad. Every time you beat and abuse somebody, you make them far, far, far worse. You make them worse. You make them a worse person. And if they're already having guns in their hands and pointing them at people and then you beat on them and treat them like ish, and then you put them in a dungeon. I'm sorry, bro. Your friend's making society worse, and your endorsement of it is making it worse. So anyway, Deborah, what's going on? How you doing, Deborah? Tom, what is going on? Tim, what is going on? Good to see everybody. I'm so sorry. I was just locked into this thing, and I wanted to get it out, and so that's kind of what I did. I just got into it. What is going on? What is going on with the Playboy? How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody. They appreciate everybody coming. Hopefully, listen, if you guys don't have one of the new trifolds, make sure you get a new trifold and get your ID and your registration and proof of insurance and keep it in the trifold. Then use the rubber band that I got you and put it right on your visor so that if you get pulled over, you got your license, registration, proof of insurance right there in your visor. And then you go to the football position, to the touchdown position when you get pulled over, get one hand right here, and then your other hand goes up here on the windowsill because you tip the window down and grab your trifold with your insurance, registration, and your driver's license in the visor, and then hand it to the copper, invoke your Fifth Amendment, show them on the visor, on the trifold, and this is how you want to interact with the coppers, because it's bad. It's there's no one who's going to back you up. There's very few people who are, so, for all, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, Leroy Truth Investigations. Is he around? Is Leroy around? Let me see if I have his number in my phone. I'll bring him on if he's around. Let me see if I have Leroy's number. If I have Leroy's number in my phone, I'll send him a StreamYard link. I just want to make sure. Leroy Truth. Okay, let me send him the StreamYard link. I love Leroy. I think Leroy's doing just the best work. He's doing such good work. He's doing such good work. I mean, like, it's so good, and nobody's going to agree on everything. I don't agree with everything he wants to do. I don't agree with, but who cares? He's doing good work. And, we tell Leroy I sent him an invite on StreamYard if he wants to jump on. I don't know if he's got a stream going or what he's doing, but I sent him a link to StreamYard. I should also send it over to let's do that one, and let's do okay. Let's go this one. Let me see. I'll invite one more person. Someone might show up in the. See if they want to come on. There's a few people, and I also have Wade who I want to bring on, and I want to do an update with Ego Checker. I want to do an update with Ego Checker. So there that is. I don't know how to join on the YouTubes. And then Alan Hub. Let me see if I can get him. Alan, if you're in here, I sent you a StreamYard link. You don't have to come on camera, but you can certainly come on and talk about what happened to you. There's a few people who I've been meaning to bring on that I haven't had a chance to bring on yet, that I want to bring in. I just haven't had that opportunity to bring them in yet. And so I'm not sure when I'm coming to New York again. I'm kind of doing something right now, and so I can't break off from the mission that I'm on right now. But man, this inflation, how is inflation? Put a 1 in the chat if inflation is absolutely crushing. It's just incredible. It is, if you buy anything, no matter what it is super expensive. It is so expensive. Like, doesn't matter what you buy. If it's Tylenol or toothpaste, or doesn't matter what it is, everything's super expensive. It's really crazy. So it's I feel like that cop in Henderson who wanted to come over and set me straight. And I said to him, catch your breath first, bro. Like, he was so stuck in this. Oh, what is that? What is that? I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, I sent a couple people StreamYard links. Let me see if they replied to my text message. I'll let you guys know if they're going to come in or not. And then we've only been on for 46 minutes, so I'm going to stay on for at least an hour and kind of just wrap with you. You know, there is something I can show you guys that has really got me just, you know, we have to watch the first 5 minutes of the video, but then I'll show you the article, and this is some incredible stuff coming out of New York. A high-ranking member of the NYPD, he got caught abusing a kid. He got caught abusing a kid, and so to really explain the story properly, you have to hear directly from the kids. You have to hear directly from them, and then I'll pull up the news article and show you guys exactly how this all went down. So now what happened is the NYPD officer, he assaulted the kids, and I'm going to let them tell their story. But then when it got turned in, it's everything that we hate about the collusion of the police and how they don't take care of their own. They just take care of their own, and they hide everything. And it's been just, this is an absolutely incredible story. And I actually wanted to show this last week, but as you guys know, I'm trying to build up for something right now. So this is unbelievable. You will be blown away when you see this story. And I've been meaning to do this. It's Breakfast Club. Maybe like that. NYPD gets NYPD. Cool. Sorry about that. So I'm just trying to find this video for you guys, and I did send out a StreamYard to Leroy Smith to see if he wanted to come on, Truth Leroy, because I told him I was going to bring him on anyway. Leroy Truth Investigations. Dude, what the fuck? Look, so if anybody is a subscriber to Leroy Truth Investigations, I was subscribed to his channel. I just got done telling you how much I like his channel. I was subscribed to the man's channel. Why? Lame. Resubscribed. Totally lame. Totally lame.
Oh man, this is a lot.
I hope I have the right channel. I think that is the right channel. I'm pretty sure. So make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. And I will pull up one of Leroy Truth's videos so that you guys can see. You guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll just feature one of his videos here real quick. And if you guys like what he does, you guys can go over there and subscribe to his channel. He puts out some good stuff though. Let me see. Here it is. Cool. So here's the intro for Leroy. This guy's got a really cool channel, and I want to promote his channel. So I want you guys to go over here and subscribe. He's really cool. There it is. Oh, God bless it. I'm so sorry. I think that's the right channel. It's still trying to come in here. Okay, cool. So what can you guys see? Let's watch a little bit of him, because he preaches a lot of the same stuff that I do, and he's a leader, and I really like Leroy.
Transparency on them to help us hold them accountable and keep us free. Today, A very disturbing story coming from Chicago. Chicago police officers handcuffed an 8-year-old in cold and rain for 40 minutes. And the parents are now suing the Chicago police, understandably. How many times do we have to see these things, ladies and gentlemen, before we demand accountability? And I'll share a news report from one of the local news stations, and then I'll give you more commentary after that as well. Check this out.
The CBS 2 investigators have obtained body camera video Chicago police did not want released.
Yeah, it shows an 8-year-old boy standing on the streets in handcuffs after officers wrongly raided his home.
How messed up is that? 8-year-old freaking boy in handcuffs. And as these news reporters said, the police did not want to release the body cam. Why? Because body cams tell the truth of what happened. They don't lie. They don't distort evidence. They tell the truth. Police hate the truth. They don't want justice. They want convictions at all costs. Continuing.
Two investigator Dave Savini and the boy's own mother fought with the department for months to finally reveal what happened to them when officers busted into their home on a bad tip.
The body camera's on.
6 a.m. on a freezing cold school day in March, police surround the Wilson family on the street. Just yards away, inside the family's home, other officers detonate a non-lethal explosive device called a flashbang grenade. Police are looking for guns based on a tip from a confidential informant called.
Based on a tip from a confidential informant. Police rely on these so-called confidential informants often. And many, many times they get bad tips and they get warrants based on people who have no right giving tips. Okay. They are not the most
upstanding. So what he's talking about right there is a Supreme Court case in 1983 called Illinois versus Gates. That's what he's talking about. So in the 1983 case of Illinois versus Gates, it allows police to use reasonable articulable suspicion from Terry versus Ohio. So in 1967, there were two cases. 1968, there was Terry versus Ohio, but there was another case called Aguilar. And in the Aguilar case, what was determined by the Supreme Court, they combined it with another case called Spinelli. So it's called the Aguilar-Spinelli rule that happened in 1968. And what that said was that when a confidential informant gave police information, that the police had to voir dire both the confidential informant, their past, and what their motivation could be, and what the tip could be about. So then in 1983 in Illinois versus Gates, they overturned the Aguilar-Spinelli rule for just reasonable articulable suspicion and totality of the circumstances, which is United States versus Lopez in 1980. I just was talking about the same case the other day, and for some reason my mind has just deleted it. But in that case, they used Terry versus Ohio to create totality of circumstances. And so in 83 in Illinois versus Gates, they got rid of the two-pronged test, because what would happen is one painter across the street would see another painter across the street and say that painter is a drug dealer. And then the police would arrest that painter. And so that's why the Aguilar-Spinelli test even became a thing. And so then they got rid of the Aguilar-Spinelli test. It only lasted from 1968 until 1983. So that's exactly what Leroy here is talking about. And by the way, the reason the police no-knock raided me in 2002 is they got a tip from a confidential informant, and they no-knock raided me, which made me the person who I am today. So this is Leroy. I dropped his URL in the StreamYard. He has a bunch of great videos, and there's his URL right there. If you guys want to go over and subscribe to Leroy. And now I want to show you another. Video. First, let's take a look at the article, and then I'll show you the video. And this is happening out of New York. And this is really absolutely horrendous. Let me share the news article first, and then we're going to watch the video and we're going to hear from the kids. And right here. So let me see what you guys see real fast. So let me open this big, guys. You see me when I read this. So this says, will the police commissioner punish a top officer defended by Adams? And then here's the picture of this guy right here. And it's such a collusion. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. NYPD Chief Department Jeffrey Madry during a press conference. Madry is a dirty, dirty pig. So 11:14 p.m. on the night before Thanksgiving, Chief Jeffrey Madry strode into Brooklyn, New York precinct. He had gotten a call that a retired officer whom he once supervised was under arrest after being accused of brandishing a gun at 3 boys. Madry lectured the sergeant who had arrested the retired officer, Krutoff Forrester, ordered the arrest voided, and then warmly shook Forrester's hand in the lobby, according to the report by the Independent Civilian Complaint Review Board and video of the incident. Last week, the board, which investigates misconduct and recommends punishment, sent Madry a letter stating that he had abused his authority that night. It said that Madry, at the time of the community affairs for the police department, Madry had improperly influenced an arrest when he ordered Foster freed. They're talking about Madry here, who's the high-ranking cop in NYPD. Now, Police Commissioner Keishant Swell must decide what, if any, punishment will be imposed on Madry, who's now the department's 3rd highest-ranking police official, a promotion that she awarded him. For Sewell, it's a fraught decision. Madry has denied any wrongdoing, and Mayor Eric Adams, who appointed Sewell, has publicly defended him. On Friday, a group of Black church leaders planned to gather in front of the police headquarters in Manhattan for a unity prayer in support of Madry, in support of the cop. Incredible. The slaves don't know that they're imprisoned. The department guide recommended a loss of 10 vacation days. Okay, so let's just pause this right here. And now, so this copper could lose 10 vacation days. But now let's hear from the 3 kids who, just so you know, they threw a basketball at a camera. That's what they did, which would have pissed me off too. You throw a basketball at my camera, dude, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. But his response to it was to pull a gun out at him and chase them and tell them he's going to kill them. So he can do whatever he wants because he's the NYPD. He can do whatever he wants. So what I did is I found the interview that the 3 boys did on the Breakfast Club.
From New York to the world, subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Ebro in the Morning, Laura Stiles, Rosenberg. And on today's show, we got to deal with something that took place in Brooklyn, November 2021. These young men here have been, how do I say, harassed, aggressively approached, and it's all on camera. And currently the NYPD is ignoring their story.
Okay, this is only 5 minutes. This whole thing, to learn their whole backdrop, the whole story from these kids is 5 minutes long. So we're only gonna be here for 5 minutes.
What's your name, young man?
This is Brendan.
Brendan, what's your name?
Kyle.
Kyle.
K1.
K.
K1.
K1. Brendan, Kyle, K1. And you, sir, what's your name?
I'm Victor.
Grab the mic, Victor.
Victor Dempsey.
Victor, and what's your relationship with these young brothers?
Advocate for the family, working with the family's attorney.
Okay. And you pull that mic closer. I have the date right, November 2021.
Correct.
Right before Thanksgiving, these young brothers were playing outside, playing with a basketball. Who was walking down the street? I saw the camera. That was you.
That was me.
With the basketball. You guys throwing the basketball around, and the way it looks on camera, the basketball hits one of the cameras. Is that what happened?
It hit,
No, that's not what happened. The kid threw the basketball at the camera, being a little shit, and he shouldn't have done it. The kids were 12, 13, and 14. I did the same kind of stupid-ish. It was a stupid thing. They should have been reprimanded. You don't throw your basketball at people's cameras. It was wrong. Let's acknowledge what it is. Let's not skip what happened.
On top of the thing, and the camera fell.
All right. And it just
No.
so happened that business
was owned by a retired policeman?
Retired police officer, yeah.
And what was his name? What's his name?
Forrester is his last name, I believe. I can't remember his first name at the top of my head, but ex-officer Forrester.
Ex-officer Forrester.
Yeah.
Ex-officer Forrester runs out of his business and pulls his gun on y'all. Am I getting that right, Cayenne?
Yeah.
And what happened after that?
After that, he chased us for 7 minutes. It was the worst time of my life. I was scared.
With his gun out? With his gun out?
Yeah, with his gun out. I thought I wouldn't make it home to my mom. I was scared for my life.
And it was all three of y'all together.
Yeah.
And tell me your name again.
Brendan.
Brendan. And Brendan, in this incident and what I see on camera, is the chase. Is there anything else on camera that we as the public haven't seen that you want to make sure we know?
Nah, not really with me, but my brother, yes. He saw some stuff that wasn't on camera.
And what else happened?
I was trying to go to my ex-girlfriend's house after the incident because I was trying to get off the streets, and he was standing across the street staring at me with his hand in his pocket like he was waiting for me to go inside. So,
eventually the police came and arrested this officer.
Yeah.
Now this is where I guess the controversy starts, right, Victor?
Yeah.
And so what happens next?
So once the young men, they got away eventually. And one really important thing too, that whole 7 minutes they was being chased, one of the brothers tried to hide. Like they hid it in the staircase. And his older brother literally had to distract the officer from seeing his brother. That's how serious they thought it was. They thought they was gonna be killed. And literally when I first spoke to them, he told me he had to run zigzags down the street.
Because he thought he was gonna start shooting.
He thought he had to start dodging bullets, man. But immediately after they went home, they told their family, the family dialed 911. They don't know who this guy is. The responding officers essentially started to do their job. Keyword started. They arrested him.
Okay.
Took him to the precinct. They arrested him. You see in the footage, the officers asked, does he have a weapon? He acknowledged that he had a weapon on him. He took the weapon out. And mind you, I want to be clear. In this video, it shows the different instances. When they arrested him, the kids weren't even there.
Right.
So the officers took the kid's statement already. These boys described the gun to detail.
Right.
To detail. So in the video that you guys watch, you also see the officer turning over the weapon he had.
Right.
And it's completely identical to what the children described. So he was arrested, taken to the precinct, and then that's when the debacle started,
So the way the story goes is at that point, I think it was Chief Madry shows up to the precinct and basically lets the officer go, and no charges were pressed.
Correct.
Nothing whatsoever.
Nothing. I mean, and this is part of the boys being silenced. When we talk about public safety and just investing in kids and all this hoopla around law enforcement, this officer who threatened community members, kids at that, with a weapon, gets to the precinct, responding officers essentially start to do their job by arresting him. And now during the videos that you guys watch, you see while he's in the precinct, you've got other officers coming there, giving him a cell phone in the cell to call who he wanted to call. You've got other officers telling him, be quiet, stop asking for Madry. They literally say cameras are rolling, referencing their body cameras.
Right.
So when you start to see the cover up, and then we look at police protecting police, they're not protecting the community members. Cover up, say other officers come to the
Listen, does this sound like James Sheets that we saw? Listen.
Who threaten community members, kids at that, with a weapon, gets to the precinct, responding officers essentially start to do their job by arresting him. And now during the videos that you guys watch, you see while he's in the precinct, you've got other officers coming there, giving him a cell phone in the cell.
Giving him a cell phone so that he can text the people who are above him, like Chief Madry. Even though he's retired, Chief Madry was his superior. Chief Madry trained him to be a back the blue pig.
To call who he wanted to call. You've got other officers telling him, be quiet, stop asking for Madry.
He asked for Madry. He texted Matt. They gave him a phone so he could reach out to Madry.
They literally say cameras are rolling.
Bro,
They murdered a dude on camera. We saw it, and they said, "I'm hot, I'm hot."
Referencing their body cameras.
Yeah, we know, bro. We know.
Right.
So when you start to see the cover up, and then we look at police protecting police.
Wow. New York, Ohio, Florida, Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Montana, Idaho, Oregon.
They're not protecting the community members that they're oathed to protect and serve. They're
And
protecting
kids
each
at
other
that.
and their kids, man.
12, 13, and 14. He did throw the basketball at his camera, and it would have made me mad too. I don't know if I would have chased him down with a gun, though.
So after they let him go, what are they telling you when the family is asking for answers? What are they telling you?
You guys want to
go ahead, Brendan?
They didn't really tell us nothing. Like, we didn't know anything. All we heard was that he was out, and we tried to stay in the house more to get away from him or his block, where his store, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So the store is part of your neighborhood, and now you guys are living in fear that something might happen.
So now what do we got? We got cops covering up for cops, giving them a cell phone. Like, what are we living through here? We're living through this despotistic state of just where if you're not in the government, then you just get walked on, and there's nobody in government who cares about you. And that's what we're seeing. And it's just really, really, really sad. So let me bring on my buddy, Alan. What's going on, Alan? Are you there?
I am here, Chille. How are you?
What's going on, my brother? How are you? So now, Alan, you recently got arrested. So can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yes, it's somewhat of a long story, but I'll try to be quick. About 3 months ago, I was going down Independence Boulevard here in Charlotte. A unmarked vehicle was cutting in and out of traffic, and actually a few minutes before that, I saw him appear as though he were doing donuts in an Audi parking lot. And, I drive down. Next thing I know, 3 to 5 minutes later, I see him whipping in and out of traffic. He cuts me off and numerous other people as though he was racing a red Honda Civic like his buddy or something. I call in, and report it, as I should have. And they say, well, if you can't get a tag, we can't help you. So I stay on them. We drive for a pretty good distance into a following county, and I get in touch with them. They think he's a blue light bandit because they've had other reports of this particular vehicle cutting in and out of traffic and just driving like a madman. So at that point, I get the tag. It's quite difficult to actually find out what organization he works with. I finally do. I file a report. Maybe 2 days later, his captain calls me up, and his captain wants us all to be buddies and discuss it over the phone. And I'm not having that. Yeah, we're not doing that. So I was not mean, but I was very firm that I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to hear from him again. And I filed that, like I said, the report. I guess maybe a month later, I saw him, the captain, which I'm familiar with, unfortunately, down at it was a protest for the man who was murdered in Memphis by the pigs. It was I'm sorry, I get a little torn up when I think about that. So they were down there, and I saw him, and I asked him, was there anything done? And he says, we can't tell you anything. It's North Carolina law. It goes to that whole thing. And at that, that's not the guy. That's a different one. But yeah, Doherty. Fuck Doherty. Anyway, thank you for putting that up. That's awesome. Thank you for your work on that.
Well, this was
so
video. So people know who you are. This is Alan. This was his video. He sent this to me, and this cop's name was Doherty. But Alan has been documenting what goes on in Charlotte, North Carolina, with the coppers there and how terrible they are. And so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he recently got arrested, which is why I brought him on here. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. Thank you for putting that up. And I appreciate your work on that. There's a lot of hard work. I understand that was quite some hours. Moving forward, I see the captain. He says, we can't say anything. And I was like, well, they're not going to, and I'm not going to get into an argument here at this particular event because of the cause of the event. And then my idea was, okay, I want to find this guy, get his name, and pull up his service record and see if they did anything. So it took, I don't know, say a little bit of thinking. It just dawned on me 2 weeks ago. I was like, well, why don't I go over to where this captain, his particular department is, and look for that vehicle because I had the tag. So that's what I do. I go over.
Was that right, Alan? A cop was racing another car in town.
That's correct. Down Independence Boulevard, which is a very busy road.
Okay.
And you cutting in and out. He cut basically 3 feet in front of me, doing about 70 miles an hour. So it was very dangerous. Very dangerous. And I believe he was racing a red Honda Civic, like they were buddies. And I'll continue. So I go down to the police station. I park in the police parking lot, for the public. And my friend gave me some binoculars. He's like, if you're looking for him, you might need these. So I walk on the sidewalk in front of all the cameras, and I go in the front of the police station, walk to the side. I wasn't hiding, and get over to the area where there's the driveway for him. And I'm thinking if I walk across that, I don't want to do anything that might possibly get me in trouble. So that sidewalk leads to another sidewalk. I got on the regular sidewalk for the street, walk across that area. And then I cut down into the grass area where there's no signs about trespassing, no nothing. It doesn't say anything. And it's an open fence. It's not a privacy fence. It's a bunch of steel cages welded together. I attempt to look at the license plate with the binoculars, which is perfectly fine. A city code enforcement person pulls up to the gate and says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Well, could you help me with that and see if those are the digits?" He says, "No, I can't do that, but I will get a sergeant." Say, okay. So then
let me show 5 seconds of this. Just 5 seconds.
Hey,
sure.
You remember us? I got you doing 80 miles an hour down Independence. Yeah, I got you.
So coppers are always speeding up and down Independence, I guess.
Where you going, Dory? I'm going to be respectful and say you were lying. I got you on video, dude.
Well, you lied and said I pulled my gun out on you.
I never said you pulled a gun on me. No. I never said you pulled a gun out on me. I said you might have looked like when you jumped out like that. It looked like because you had your hand on your side, which would be understandable because as a cop, I know y'all are just absolutely paranoid because you think everybody's out to get you. So, hey, officer, he was doing 80 miles an hour, got it on video. Can you do anything about it? Sergeant Doherty. Yeah. How could it have happened? Go ahead and arrest. Is it time now? Go away.
You're tired of your mouth.
You're tired of my mouth. I know you're about ready to get back.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close.
Yeah, you're getting close to smacking me, ain't you?
Yep.
My buddy, Alan. So this is Alan. And so Alan is still pushing against the Charlotte Metro Police Department. All right, fast forward out. Get to the arrest part because you get up on. Where's the video of this, by the way?
I only have a few minutes of the video. I didn't clean up my phone and I didn't have enough storage. And so it's actually, I'll try to be quick. Lieutenant comes out and I ask him if that's his vehicle. He goes on and says, yes. At that time, he's, saying, oh, you have a mental illness and everything else. And he says, I'm going to find a reason to arrest you. And I knew he would. He says, I'm going to arrest you for stalking. I said, fuck you, do it, because I knew he was going to do it. At that point, the captain walks out, kind of breaks everything up. We all leave. And on the 21st, I'm going down to get body camera footage at the police department. And I turn the paperwork for it. The 2 sergeants and 2 officers come out and they arrest me. And that's pretty much it. And, it was for stalking a police officer. And I was, on public property trying to get his name and his information. Yeah, no kidding. And also I believe the magistrates know it's bullshit because they gave me a $1,500 unsecured bond. I was told if it were legitimate, they would have given me like a $5,000 to $10,000 bond for stalking. Stalking a police officer when I was on site getting information. So
you better sue that police department, dude, as soon as you can, or they're going to try to 5150 you and say that you're a crazy stalker. That you're a crazy stalker because you want to hold police accountable. And that judge is a Kevin, dude, or a Karen. They are not on our side. They're evil. They're bad. It's terrible.
I'm in agreement with you. And we're working on, getting the proper attorney. It's all got to work. And as long as I stay away from him now, I have to now. I can't keep going. I can't keep doing that. Keep going to jail. It's difficult. For anybody.
You've been arrested twice this year, right? You've been arrested twice this year, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So
and
Alan
one was the one you're just now showing. They came back 10 days later and arrested me for resist obstruct delay for standing in front of a radar gun, which I didn't do. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And that was some awesome work you did, because I really didn't provide the footage that was.
Alan, you didn't interrupt me, but they arrested you 10 days later after this. And for the second one, when you caught the cop speeding, you went in to go get the footage, and then they arrested you for stalking.
That's correct. Yes.
It's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
It is, and I believe that one particular lieutenant was very dangerous. I mean, he was. You know how you can get the feel of somebody? You can just kind of feel the energy. Yeah. I wouldn't want to meet him anywhere. I'm not a tough guy, but I would never fight the police. But I'm no wimp either. Not saying bad about people who are timid, but I'm just not a timid person.
Right. So you're a strong person, and the guys are intimidated, or they're scared because they're all scared coppers, and so now they're trying to charge you with crimes, dude. You better file a lawsuit against them, because that shows that you're competent and coherent, and you're not just. They're just going to try to make up that you're following cops around. They're just going to try to make it up. They're going to try to make it up, and they're going to bring in all these cops who are all going to testify. Oh yeah, he's following me around. He's following people around. He's crazy. I would file a lawsuit against them, man. I would sue them. Wouldn't wait.
That is the plan, and I appreciate the way you put your work together, because it has that particular sergeant saying, you heard him. He said, "Yes, I want to smack you," basically, and the attorney I was speaking with on that, because fortunately I'm able to take care of that, and they're going to get this guy Doherty on the stand, and they don't want to do that because look how bad it makes him look that he runs back down the hill and says he wants to smack me, essentially. So,
yeah, no, he did say he wanted to smack you. This guy said he wanted to attack you. He said he was on the verge of attacking you.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, he said he was on the verge. He's about to smack you, is what he said. He literally is threatening you under the, using the color of law, because, Alan is not some weeping willow. He's not a guy you'd say, I'm just going to attack you, because he's an aggressive person too. So this copper is going to attack him, and Alan, being an alpha male, would have to just let this beta male attack him, because he can't handle his emotions by being insulted. He got insulted and wanted to fight Alan.
You're 100% correct. I don't know what more to say. You nailed it on the head. You've got experience with this, and you're very detailed in what you do. So yeah, you're right.
Gracias. All right, man. I'll let you go. Love you. Let's talk again soon. I got a fundraiser for Deborah I got to do, so we're gonna raise $300 for her in the next couple days, and then after that, let's bring you on and see where you are financially, and see if we need to do a fundraiser for you too.
Okay. Thank you. And once again, I appreciate the work you did on that. That's awesome. Thank you, Chille.
Dude, you did the work. You ran up and filmed those piggies. You're the one that took the ride. You're the one that went to jail. You just sent me the video. I tried to send Alan the money that this video has made, and he sent it back to me. So he's not in it for there's no picture on his profile. He's not in it for the glory. He doesn't show himself on camera. He's in it to hold these pigs accountable. So thank you.
That's correct. It is. And so I guess we're going to end this. I'm going to go back to your live chat.
Go get him, Alan. Love you, buddy. Talk soon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Later, buddy. Press. Let's bring. I'll send you a link to this StreamYard if you want to come on, because I'd like to hear from you too. And then tomorrow or the next day, DLZ Clips and Deborah, let's set up that fundraiser for you, so that we can raise that $300 to get your bill paid. David Condon. David Condon. What's going on, Playboy? What's going on? David and I have been friends for 25 years. That's a long time. David and I have been friends for 25 years. And it's so funny. When you've been friends with someone for 25 years and someone calls you up and says, hey, this is a bad person. Really? Okay. Tell me more. Good to see you, David. Always good to see you. Always good to see you, buddy. So, Deborah, let's set this up with DLZ clips. You guys communicate on the back end, and tomorrow or the next day, let's do a fundraiser for you and raise that other $300. And we're going to keep raising you $300 until it's paid off. I think this is our fourth of 10. So we'll have is it fourth or fifth, Deborah? You know, you got track of the funds. Please let me know. And let's do that other fundraiser. If you're Butch the Original American, what is going on? Shut your mouth, Condon. Don't be in my comment section talking trash. Get the flock out of here. Go pack a lunch. Have a ham sandwich. I did send a let me just go back to this letter real quick so that you guys can see that the NYPD is going to cover that up. They're going to cover up that whole thing. That's what's going to happen. They're going to cover that whole thing up. I don't know if press is going to be available, but that's okay. I sent him a StreamYard if he wants to come in and talk for a couple minutes, but I'm going to get the flock out of here. Aaron Queen, what is going on, Aaron Queen? Good to see you, man. How's life? How's life? Hope things are well. Hope things are going good. Lenny, good to see you, Lenny. What's going on, Lenny? Good to see you, man. How is everybody? Bruce is here. What's going on, Brewster? Good to see you. Shock Professor is here. What's going on? Robert, what is going on? Robert put a protective order on a police officer. I Love Yahweh is here. What is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Les Paul is here. The one, where's Waldo? Where is Waldo? What is going on? Goofon. GoPhone. DLZ Clips, everybody, make sure you guys get over there and subscribe to DLZ Clips backup channel. I don't really think we need much of a backup channel. That YouTube has that filter right over our channel, so put out little tiny little spigots, a little life. Here you go. Here's some crumbs, DLZ. Douche. Here you go, DLZ crumbs. Here's YouTube's putting a filter over your channel. The Citizens Cooperative. What is going on? What is going on? Good to see everybody, man. Good to see everybody. It's so good to see everybody. Only the military can have camo. I mean, it seems like the cops are using camo anyway. Denti Jen is here. What is going on, Denti? How you doing? Good to see everybody. Gloria. There is Gloria. I see KT Fry. KT Fry was here. What's going on, KT Fry? Gloria. Oh, I got Press with Ranker in the studio. Let's bring him up on stream. Press, what is going on?
Hey, not much.
How you doing, buddy?
Not bad.
So Press with Ranker, if you guys don't know, he was arrested and charged with felony interfering. So where are we now with your case so far? And while you're explaining it, I'll pull up your video. Tell us, if you guys are unfamiliar, he was filming a cop. He got arrested for filming the cop and charged with a felony. It's literally, he's charged with a felony for holding a camera and pointing it at a cop. A felony. It ruins your life. So I'm sorry, Press. Go ahead, sir.
Well, they're still pursuing charges up the maximum to a 5-year sentence. My next court date is next month, the 15th, March. Or May, sorry.
May 15th?
Yeah.
Wow. And how you feeling going in?
A little more optimistic lately. I've been in contact with some new people and still getting great advice from everybody I meet. And every
so
same opinion that they are not going to want this to go to trial.
So here's the press with rancor video, so you guys can get a reassemble yourself with what press went through. And this is his arrest video. This is a combination of the body cam footage and the video that he took.
Stay right there, sir. Do not come another step forward or you'll be arrested for obstructing. I apologize. Oh, wait, you took another step forward, sir. Therefore, you're under arrest right now for obstructing. Put your hands behind your back.
How
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
How am I obstructing?
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
I'm not.
Do not reach for anything. Put your other hand behind your back. You're under arrest right now for obstructing. We'll get your license in a second, sir. Tough one.
So let's go through this a little bit. So he's being charged with a felony here, and let me show you what happened to him. He went up to film the cops.
By taking another step forward, that is interfering with it. Do you understand that?
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am sure. What's that? I didn't hear what you said. Can you get that flash out of my face, sir? No. Take that back, please. Sir, I told you to take a step back up there.
What's the cop so afraid of?
Do you understand that order? Sir, do you understand that? Sir, I told you to take a step back up there. Do you understand that order? No, not yet. Sir, do you understand the order where I told you to stop up there?
What gives you the right to come here?
What's that?
What gives you the right to come
Once you start interfering in my traffic stop, then I have the right to give you an order.
Physical act.
I told you to stop right up there.
Interference is a physical act.
I told you to stop up there.
How am I interfering?
I told you to stop up there.
I don't care what you told me. I asked
That
you
is a
how.
lawful order, sir.
It's not a lawful order.
How is it a lawful order?
Because you're interfering with this traffic stop.
How am I interfering?
You are taking my attention away from them, which are lawfully detained.
Away from
No, you do not.
Oh, yes.
No, you do not.
Yes.
Sir, if you do not go back up there where I told you to stop, you will be arrested for obstructing.
Yeah, I'll give you one step.
No, back to where I told you, sir. Sir, if you do not go back up there, you will be arrested for obstructing. Keep going.
Look.
Keep going.
Look, he's walking all the way away.
Keep going. No.
Now that's too far. He can't film from over there. Him being right here is okay, but going around to the outside of the corner of the car is not okay.
That's not where I told you, sir. Right up there.
Not where I told you. You don't have dominion over the man. You are not responsible for his safety. And your safety is not in jeopardy. He has both hands on a camera. And you have another guy there for backup that could point his gun at him from behind the lights. He wouldn't see it. And if he did anything stupid, he'd get shot. This is ridiculous.
There. Right up there. Sir. Where I told you.
What are you talking about? 2 feet to the left or 2 feet to the right?
You did not tell me where.
Sir, this is your last warning. You will be arrested for obstructing.
What a nonsense.
Go stand up by your vehicle.
It's a physical act.
Sir, go stand up by your vehicle.
You do not tell me where to.
Sir, you are interfering in my traffic stop. Therefore, you obstructing. I'm giving you a lawful order to go up to your vehicle. This is your last warning before you're obstructed. Before you're arrested for obstructing.
Okay, so under threat of arrest.
Sir, I already explained it to you.
Under threat of arrest, right?
That is the consequence. That is the consequence of your actions.
Of my actions?
Yes, sir.
So if I do not comply with you telling me to step back, you are going to arrest me for obstruction?
Yes, sir. Do you understand that?
I don't. No,
What's that?
Don't.
What don't you understand about it?
Where you get off saying I'm obstructing?
I don't get off anyway, sir. I'm doing my duty right now.
Okay, he backed up.
Sir, return to your vehicle.
Oh, now it's returned to your vehicle. What a coward.
Obstruction is a physical.
Sir, return to your vehicle.
Why is the cop so obsessed with press? Why doesn't he just do his job?
Are you aware of what prior restraint means?
What's that?
Prior restraint.
I don't understand the question.
Do you know what prior restraint is?
I don't understand the question.
You can't ask him questions like that.
So no, you do not?
Do you understand my orders that I'm giving you right now?
Your orders.
Stay right there, sir. Do not come another step forward or you'll be arrested for obstructing. I apologize. Oh, wait.
Now it's stay right there. And that's stay right there now, and now he goes back.
Took another step.
Now he goes back.
Step forward, sir. Therefore, you're under arrest right now for obstructing. Put your hands behind your back.
Unbelievable.
Oh, put your hands behind your back, sir.
How am I obstructing?
Unbelievable.
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
I'm not resisting.
Do not reach for anything. Put your other hand behind your back. You're under arrest right now for.
So let's bring press on here real quick. Okay. So we saw that. Hi, Charlie. Okay. So we saw that. Now press. I'm sorry. Let me. Your mic's on mute. Let me take you off mute. There you go. So now where are we? When's your pretrial?
I've already had my pretrial. This next court date is final pretrial conference / plea cutoff deadline.
Oh, so okay. So the plea deadline, if anybody's not aware, this is where they tell you they're gonna throw the whole book at you unless you take this deal right now. So
yeah, the lawyer sent me the case precedent of People versus Jennings, which is a case out of the First Circuit Court, asking me to review it, even though it doesn't pertain to my case. It's just a scare tactic, and it's the case precedent that my prosecuting attorney is using. It's what she has presented.
okay, so I put the People versus Jennings down here. So I'm probably going to fly into Michigan when you have your case. I don't know. It depends on what I have going. And plus, you and I will talk privately on the phone about it, but I want to make sure that you're protected the best I can do and make sure that I give you the most coverage I can. So, so what's that date again? March, what is it?
May 15th.
May 15th. Okay. And that's the cutoff for the deal making from the district attorney. Remember, this guy is being charged with pointing a camera at a copper and the copper getting butt hurt. And he's charged with a felony, which would totally upend your life. You're charged, you have a felony on you forever. Okay. Okay. All right. And so we like the lawyer. We've read some of the things that he put out. So hopefully, you know, these guys, I don't know if he's going to fight for you. You know, I hope he is, though. You know?
Well, I've been in contact with Rick Martin, and I have to speak with him again. But
is Rick Martin an attorney there in Michigan?
Rick Martin is a constitutional lawyer and an activist. There's some videos of him on YouTube, but
Rick Martin on YouTube. Okay.
The guy bought, believe, a Ferrari with his $250,000 winnings from a right to travel lawsuit.
Okay, so
activism in the state of Michigan and has ongoing lawsuits with the governor, Governor Whitmer, and the state itself.
Okay, so let's Team DLZ. Let's go over here to Rick Martin lawyer. I'm going to find his page real quick on.
He's on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if he's on YouTube. By his name, I believe he has a channel. I don't know it on YouTube, but I know he's on LinkedIn.
Also not licensed in any other state. Is that correct?
1 second. 1 second, Chris.
May I make a statement?
You may answer my question. Are you licensed in any other state to practice
No,
law?
I am not.
All right, you're also not licensed in this state. I am therefore holding you in contempt and asking officers to arrest you. Contempt carries with it up to 93 days and or $7,500. You are not allowed to practice law in this state. You have formally, by your own hand, told this court you were a lawyer and that you wanted to represent your client.
Ma'am, may I make a statement for myself? I don't
What
mean
is
to
your
interrupt.
statement? I'll give you 1 minute.
Look how the coppers are. Look, he's just ready to go hands on and grab this guy who's ponytail, hands crossed. What are we talking about here?
Okay, Sims versus Ahern clearly states that practice of law is a law of common law. I was not aware that I would be here other than acting as assistants, not as for lawyers, but as assistants of counsel in this matter to help her because she does have
Look,
understanding problems of the English language.
Sir, apparently you have problems with the English language. This says appearance. It is for
No, it says
lawyers.
appearance.
Do not argue with me because what will happen is you'll get another 93 days and then we'll start over. So, sir, you came in here wanting to be assistants of counsel. There is no other definition. It is plain English. You can cite cases all day to me. You're entitled to a hearing. Your rights remain intact, but for today's purposes, you are under arrest for contempt of court, this court.
wow.
You may be escorted out. Thank you.
Oh God, the judges in this country. So this is the guy. This is the guy, Press.
Yes.
So does he have a Michigan bar card, or is he
No.
just assisting?
He's just assisting so far, but no, he's not.
Yeah, you're just talking to the guy.
He's a constitutional lawyer, which the court system would recognize as a court advocate, I believe. But
Right. Right. I'll look into him more. But you know, the idea that you have to have this or that, it's just barriers to entry. And then to be an officer of the court, you have to get a bar card, and then you have to agree to all these things, and then they can hold your bar card in lieu if you say something or you do something they don't like, then you can't practice law anymore. The whole thing's a scam. Anyway, all right, Press. So I'm going to check back in with you May 15th, May 13th, somewhere on there, and then we'll talk before you have that last pretrial hearing. And let me know. We'll talk privately, and you can let me know what your thoughts and plans are, how you're going to deal with this, and I'll help you the best I can.
Right. Appreciate your help.
All right, buddy. Anything you want to say? I'll let you go.
No. Have a good night, everyone.
Okay. Love you, buddy. Talk to you soon. Okay, everybody, that was Press with Ranker. All right, listen, I have got to get the flock out of here. I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't plan on being this long, but you guys can support me by liking, sharing, subscribing, and sharing the videos with more people. YouTube has a monster hold on my account, so at least we still have an account. So, terrible, absolutely terrible. Whatever. We don't stop. Hit the like button. We don't stop. Marcy, nice to see you. V Boyer, the tribe is here. R Wyatt. Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. All right. Bush. Love you guys, man. I've got to get the flock out of here. Alan, good to see you. Grady. That judge is terrible. She's horrible. I'm going to research Rick Martin. Look up that case, Jennings. What was the case called? Jennings versus someone put that in the regular comments as soon as we get off this live. All right. I'll get the flock out here. See you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.